Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, and welcome to my midweek live news stream. Just as the cat runs in, obviously, unbelievable. She heard my voice, she must have done. Where were I? My midweek live news stream. If you're not seeing this now, I don't know who I'm talking to. I put the wrong date in for the stream. I put in tomorrow's. I put in Thursday instead of Wednesday because I'm an idiot. But anyway, I'll put it right eventually. Right, so before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we're live on YouTube. Let me double check. Hopefully we are. Yep, we should be live on Rumble. Refresh and hit play. Am I there? Come on, stupid. There we go. Ooh. Mute site, there we go. And fingers crossed, we're live on Kick. Yes, we are. Ooh, right. So we're live on Kick. Let me get this shared. See if we can get some blooming followers on Kick. So just bear with me. Just share that baby. There we go. Right, so off we go. And Wingrace is here. Geez, you'll be over my subs in a day. Oh, yes, we're over 600 now. I think 613 we're on now. Amazing. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel recently. Also, totally serious. What is Kick? It's like Twitch. They've basically copied Twitch. That's what it is. The link's in the description down somewhere. Somewhere. Amidst all the links in the description. It's in there somewhere. Anyway, Josh Temple's here. Harpoon sharpen at the ready. Right, which we may need to use on me. Because I'm done in. I fell asleep about, what time is it now? It's just gone 9 o'clock. I fell asleep just before 8 o'clock. I think about 7:45, and I woke up at like 8:20. I thought, bloody hell, it's nodded off. I was actually watching. What were I watching? I was watching a YouTube video, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a wrestling one. Wrestle Talk. Nodded off. Because I'm old. So I'm all bleary-eyed now. Anyway, where were we? We're live on all those platforms. Later on, I'll upload it to Spotify, Amazon Music Podcast, and Google Podcast. Just let me shut the door. The cat pushed the door wide open, and Aidan will be shouting at me. Just bear with me. Right, I'm back. Where were I? Amazon, blah, blah, blah. Google Podcast, all that stuff. Links for all the articles we're going to look at are in the description, and later on I will put timestamps in the description. Right. Anything else? I'm also on Facebook, X and Instagram. Links in the description for that as well. Also, links for my 2 books. Silent Predator, a short horror novella about big cats eating people in North Yorkshire. And Mercury Rapids, a light-hearted sci-fi action-adventure. About UFOs and stuff, and alien abductions, and interstellar war, and reptilians, and greys, and flying saucers, and flying triangles, and the moon, and a comet, and everything in it. It's all a bit of fun. They're an Amazon Kindle and paperback. Right, Wingrace says, just because I need to get out of my system somewhere, Q would trounce the ascended beings of Stargate. I didn't even watch the video. I know what you're on about. I didn't watch it because sometimes I don't know what he's on about. I think it's content in it for his channel. But bless him. Sorry, Wingrace, 614 are you? I thought you were higher than that. Anyway. And congratulations to Scottish Geek Guy, Jimmy at Scottish Geek Guy. He's just gone over 600 subscribers on his channel. And obviously, because he does quality stuff, he's got his view count is up. Because he's monetized, I've noticed. He's got, you can pay him. what is it? Super thanks and stuff like that. If only I just can't hit that 3,000 watch hours. Just can't hit it. I'm inching closer, but can't get to it because I don't produce quality stuff, in my opinion. Right. Anything else? Have I anything else to cover before I start? I don't think so. Anyway, right. So we'll get on with the news, shall we? I'm sure Sci-Fi Quest is having fun with Bailey, his new dog. I'm saying I don't know if Bailey's gone to live with Sci-Fi Quest permanently, or if he's just looking after him, I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure he's having fun with the dog. Maybe he's out walking it. Him, whatever. Right. News. Right, off we go. Spladush. There we go. It's from Bounding Into Comics. Jacob Smith fueling rumours of friction with Sony. Dakota Johnson says she hasn't watched Madame Web and probably won't. I haven't watched it either. But then again, I didn't star in it. I am not Dakota Johnson. She's no relation to me, as far as I know. Although my dad did once tell us that our family's somewhat distantly related to Clint Eastwood. I don't know if he were kidding or not. He was doing the family tree stuff and all that. And he decided we're related to Clint Eastwood. So maybe that explains my smouldering looks. I don't know. The cat wants to go out. Bear with me. I'll be back in a second. Oh. Come on. Never bloody ending in this house. Anyway, Wingrace says if you were related to her, I'd be jealous because of her parents. I don't know her parents there. I don't know anything about her. Are they super rich? Something I don't know. I don't know anything about her. Only thing I know about her, she was in 50 Shades of Grey, which I've not seen, and that's it. And Madame Web. That's all I know about her. Anyway, so and there she is. She's very pretty, but she needs to eat a few pies, in my opinion. But anyway, right, pardon me. It seems like nobody likes Sony Pictures' Madame Web, including its lead actress Dakota Johnson. Okay, that's admittedly a bit of speculation. The theory isn't there because of the way she's been talking about it, that she's not overly enamoured with it. Plus, she did fire her agent or manager or whatever. Because the rumours are that she thought she was getting into an MCU movie, not just, one of Sony's bog-standard Marvel ones. Anyway. Is she? All right, I didn't know. She's the daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. I didn't know that. So you learn something every day. You learn. I'm not the son of Don Johnson. Close, though. My dad was called Dennis. Anyway, but that's by the by. I forgot what I want now. However, it's based on the very real admission from the star of the universally panned film herself that not only has she yet to actually watch it for herself, but she is unsure whether or not she ever will. As of this writing, the latest entry in Sony's Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man is on pace to perform even worse than, and thus lose the studio even more money in comparison to, its predecessor Morbius, which bombed in theatres twice, did in 2022. No, I didn't mind Morbius. I didn't mind it. Even though it were a bit crap, but I didn't mind it. I watched it all the way through anyway. I thought it was, okay. But anyway. In other words, audiences have outright refused to watch the spider-themed disaster, and they aren't the only ones. Julia Cornwall, Sydney Sweeney, is that Sydney Sweeney? Traps Ezekiel Taharahim in her web, in Madame Web. Oh, okay. Everybody's been going on about Sydney Sweeney, haven't they? Because she's got huge boobs, apparently. Again, there's another person I know nothing about. During a promotional interview with Magic Radio, Johnson made it clear that despite having recently attended the film's premiere, she has yet to actually see Madame Web for herself. So did she not go in and watch the film? Did she just do the red carpet and then sod off? Maybe she did, I don't know. I haven't actually seen the movie, said Johnson. I probably won't. I don't know when I'll see it. Someday, is the quote. Wingrace says, poor Sydney Sweeney. She was going on about being so excited to be in the MCU. Oh, yes, because she did like hashtags and stuff, didn't she? About it. Maybe she should fire her manager as well. Agent, whatever. In a further blow to Madame Web's reputation, Johnson then confirmed that while she did not particularly like watching her own movies, she has still mustered up the desire to watch some of them. I don't like watching my own films, said the actress. For me, it's a way to not have an existential crisis. Should that be an exit? Whatever. For me, not watching my movies is like self-care. It happens with a lot of actors. A lot of actors don't like seeing themselves, at work, so to speak, don't they? Which is weird, in my opinion. I don't know. You'd think you would watch your stuff, just so you can learn, so you can study it and think, oh, I could do that better, or I could do that better. A learning process. But I don't know. I'm not an actor, so I don't know. On the surface, this may seem like a harmless comment, but when you look at the chain of events that preceded the film's release, it seems there's more to it than meets the eyes. I never heard meets the eyes. I've never heard that. I've heard meets the eye. Never mind. Speculation as to Johnson's disappointment with Madame Web first kicked off when both she and her co-star Sydney Sweeney tagged Marvel Studios proper in their respective Instagram posts announcing their casting. Given that the Spider spin-off exists solely under the control of Sony, this seeming mistake led many online fans to presume that both women had agreed to join the cast of Madame Web under the mistaken belief that it would be an official entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and thus extrapolate that they were likely not happy upon discovering otherwise. But the Sonyverse is kind of adjacent though, isn't it? It does cross over sometimes, doesn't it? Because Venom did, didn't it? Venom 2 crossed over with it, didn't it? Briefly. So that may be why they thought that. Anyway. Then there were rumblings on social media that Johnson had been very unhappy with the creative direction of Madame Web from the second she had signed on to the project. Credence was later lent to these whispers when the actress herself revealed that the script, which moviegoers ultimately tore apart, was far removed from the one originally pitched to her. Telling The Wrap in a promotional interview, there were drastic changes, and I can't even tell you what they were. And there's a picture of Madame Web as she appears in the comics. Further fuel was thrown on doesn't look much like Dakota Johnson, does she? Further fuel was thrown on the fire when just days after the first and only trailer for Madame Web dropped on social media to an intensely negative response, being widely mocked for its dated early 2000s aesthetic, even though it's supposed to be set in the 90s, bizarre costumes, cringeworthy dialogue, and soulless characters. Johnson decided to swap out her representation from the Hollywood talent agency CAA to its competitor WME. This move was said to have raised industry eyebrows, as it suggested that she was not happy with neither the backlash the trailer had received nor the entire production itself. Johnson then further fed the rumour mill when she made disparaging remarks about the film while hosting Saturday Night Live, telling audiences that Madame Web is like if AI generated your boyfriend's perfect movie. Ooh. If the rumours are true and Dakota Johnson's unhappiness is a direct result of this poor film, it seems that its actresses might have had a worse time making the film than audiences had watching it. While speculation into Johnson's unhappiness currently remains just that, speculation. What is known is that there is no way Sony is happy with Madame Web's poor reception, as the film is currently on track to go down in both box office and cinema history as one of the worst superhero films ever made. Oh, is that it? Somebody's mentioned this before, and I can't remember who it was, but I saw it somewhere on YouTube. Somebody were mentioning, why have they all got Peter Parker's designs for spider clothes? I don't know if they did in the comics or what, I don't know. And it's supposed to be set before Peter Parker, well, before he's born, isn't it? So how did they get his designs? Are the time travellers? I don't know. Because he was supposed to have designed his own Spider-Man suit, wasn't he? Or are the retconning it all now so that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, wasn't the first Spider-Man? Bet they are. Bet that's what's going on. Anyway, so she's not happy, apparently. And she doesn't look happy there, does she? Bless her. No relation to me, I don't think. Unless she's related to Clint Eastwood as well. Oh, dear. Right, let's move on. What's next up? Oh, I shouldn't have had that nap. I shouldn't have had that. I thought my computer was freezing up then. Right, what's next? Here we go. From Deadline, Justin Kroll, Jurassic World, Gareth Edwards tapped to direct new movie for Universal and Amblin. And there he is, and with a dinosaur in the background. For scale, maybe. I don't know. After a deal couldn't be made for David Leitch to direct, Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment have moved fast as the studio is in final negotiations for Rogue One director Gareth Edwards to helm a new Jurassic World movie. The studio recently dated the pick to bow, that's Deadline, isn't it, on July 2nd, 2025. That's going to be pushing it, isn't it? And moved fast to find a director, with Edwards spending all of last week meeting with execs. After impressing producers Steven Spielberg and Frank Marshall, who helped launch the franchise in the 90s, an offer soon followed and pre-production is expected to ramp up once a deal is sealed. The new movie will be a completely fresh take on a Jurassic era, with Jurassic World cast members Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard not expected to return, nor the original trilogy's thespians, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern and Sam Neill. David Cope penned the script. Who did the first one, didn't he? Did the first and second one? Whatever. The film will be executive produced by Spielberg through Amblin Entertainment, Frank Marshall, and Patrick Crowley will produce through Kennedy Marshall, Executive Vice... You've got to get a name in, haven't you? Executive Vice President of Production Development, Sarah Scott, and Creative Executive of Production Development, Jacqueline Garrell, will oversee the project for the studio. This isn't Edwards' first rodeo when it comes to high-profile tentpoles, having directed the smash hit Godzilla for Legendary. That film helped launch its own universe that has produced 4 sequels and a recent TV series, Monarch, that Legendary and Apple produce. He would also direct the Star Wars standalone pick Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which will go on to gross $1 billion at the global box office. He also recently directed The Creator for 20th Century and New Regency. The film starred John David Washington and Gemma Chan. Edwards is repped by Range, WME and Curtis Brown Group. So there we go. In my opinion, that's a good thing, because I like Gareth Edwards. He's one of those directors whose films I always seem to enjoy. I liked Monsters. I liked Godzilla, even though a lot of people moaned about it. I always cut away. No, it didn't. We saw plenty of monster action in Godzilla. That was a great film. I thought it was. What was it? Rogue One I love. I think Rogue One's one of the best Star Wars films. Certainly by far the best of the Disney Star Wars films. And The Creator was my second favourite film of last year. I thought The Creator was amazing. So hopefully he'll do a good job with this. But it's going to be a tight squeeze, isn't it, to get it out for July next year. Unless they're going to skimp on effects. Or maybe these effects companies are going to get a kick up the bottom after seeing, what Godzilla -1 did, with a fraction of the money. Plus, also, The Creator, that were made with a fraction of the money of, what these other tentpole. What the hell's a tentpole? What's that got to do with films? No. Tentpole productions spend. I think they're having a laugh, a lot of these effects houses, with what they charge the studios. I think it's ludicrous. Anyway, so there we go. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's going to be good, because I like all the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park films. I liked all the Jurassic World films. I thought they were good for what they were. They're just a bit of fun, aren't they? And so there we go. Right. So let's move on. I'm yawning again. I'm jigging. Right, what's next up? Star Wars next. Power through. Starts from Looper, Rick Stevenson. Star Wars Cameron Monaghan would play a live-action Cal Kestis under one condition. And I've no idea what it is, because I've not read the article. But there he is in pixelated game form. Few Star Wars stories have become as popular in recent years as Respawn Entertainment's Star Wars Jedi video games. Both entries so far have added major lore to both the Jedi and the Imperial era, filling in galactic gaps between the prequels and the original trilogy. It shouldn't be surprising then that lots of fans have called for Cameron Monaghan to reprise his Cal Kestis. What's my phone doing? My phone's making noises. What are you up to? Just a minute. What's my phone making noises for? You going to come on then, or what? I don't know. I don't know. Right, okay. Where were we? I forgot where I was now. It shouldn't be surprising then that lots of fans have called for Cameron Monaghan to reprise his Cal Kestis character in a live-action project. But could that really happen? I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. Because he looks, they've taken his likeness for the game characters. I'm surprised they haven't managed to get him in somehow. Anyway, due in large part to Monaghan's performance, in Andor or something like that takes place in that era, doesn't it? Due in large part to Monaghan's performance, Cal's stock in the fandom has risen at an exponential rate, and because the character is designed to resemble the actor, the transition to live-action Star Wars would seem to be an easy jump. Monaghan has spoken on the matter, and while he's open to the idea, he also has some stipulations. It would have to be right, the actor said in an interview with The Direct. By that I mean it has to continue the story or the character in some way. I don't want him to just kind of show up, to stand around and be there. I want him to mean something and for there to be a significance for the character itself. It's Disney Star Wars though, isn't it? Star Wars is no stranger to empty-calorie cameos and fan service. Such surprises can be fun, but it's always better to work them in more naturally. It would have to make sense, Monaghan stated, but in the right context then, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they will. And there's Thrawn, who I think looks bloody awful. But anyway. As animated stories have become more central to Disney's grand Star Wars plans, several actors originally cast in voice roles have brought their characters to life. Former Battlestar Galactica star Katie Sackhoff joined the franchise years before Disney acquired Lucasfilm, voicing the Mandalorian Bo-Katan Kryze in Star Wars The Clone Wars. It's a character that immediately channeled Sackhoff's experience playing hard-boiled sci-fi warriors, so it was only right that when Bo-Katan debuted in live-action years later in The Mandalorian Season 2, Sackhoff returned as well. Similarly, Lars Mikkelsen was selected to bring Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Legends timeline into canon by voicing him in Star Wars Rebels. The animated series story is continued pretty directly in the live-action Disney Plus show Ahsoka, which puts Mikkelsen in the Chiss strategist blue makeup and baggy pants. For real, they're not baggy pants, they're wing pants. But it doesn't look like. It's Blue Data, isn't it? That's what he is, or Elon. Blue Data or Blue Elon Musk. That's all he is. Doesn't look like the character in the cartoon. Or the book cover, or anything. Anyway, these examples prove that Disney... I know it's all interpretation, whatever. These examples prove that Disney is willing to be and able to turn popular voice actors into live-action stars. The same fate could be in the cards for Cameron Monaghan. While it would be a little different bringing a character over from a video game instead of an animated series, the Jedi games have sold well enough to guarantee that a pretty major swath of the fandom knows Cal Kestis. Plus, the more photorealistic style of the games makes Cal even closer to his actor in appearance than the characters of the animated series. And there he is in real life, I presume. Because he's been confined to the Star Wars Jedi games, Cal Kestis' story is wide open. How long does this article go on for? I've just noticed the scroll bar at the side. I hope that's just means there's lots of comments or adverts. Anyway. Because he's been confined to the Star Wars Jedi games, Cal Kestis' story is wide open. We know his origin as an Order 66 survivor and have seen several of his adventures in the Imperial era. In his first 2 video game outings, Cal works with Saw Gerrera to aid in the rebel cause, uncovers ancient secrets of the Jedi Order dating back to the High Republic era, and faces off several times against Darth Vader and the Inquisitorius. But where is he during the original trilogy? Does he survive? Is he around in the New Republic era? Because none of these questions have been answered, there are tons of possibilities for where Cal could show up in live action. But because of both Monaghan's age and where Disney is currently building out the Star Wars universe, and the New Republic era seems like the best bet. Monaghan could be sufficiently aged up to cameo in Ahsoka Season 2, The Mandalorian and Grogu, or Dave Filoni's upcoming Thrawn movie. It would also send a certain subset of fans over the moon to see him fighting back to back with Ezra Bridger. As I said, he could be in the Andor things, couldn't he? Let's just check, make sure nobody's commenting on the other streams. No, nobody's commenting on the... Oh, yes, they are. Sorry. Thought somebody was commenting nicely on me Kick stream, but it's just somebody touting for work. I think. Yes, it is. Anyway. Same thing happens on Twitch occasionally. And Rumble. Since Cal hasn't been mentioned at all in that part of the timeline, though, adding Monaghan in a way that makes narrative sense could be tricky. He's made it clear that he wants any live-action Cal cameo to feel natural in the story, and as of right now, we have no idea where the character is during The Mandalorian. That said, it seems unlikely that fans will get to see Cal in live action anytime soon, given Disney's current priorities, but as long as Monaghan remains open to the idea, there's always a chance. We'll see. It'd be nice if they could bring him in. I haven't played the second game yet. I keep forgetting. Anyway. I played the first one. Quite enjoyed it. Thought it was all right. But I haven't got round to the second one yet. I've got it, but I haven't got round to playing it yet. Got it for Christmas. Anyway, let's move on. Let's power through these articles. What's next up? What did I just press something then? I don't know. But anyway. Whatever. Right, what's next? Here we go. This is from Varieties. Zach Schaaf. Great names there. Stephen King says, I'm not sure why Warner Brothers is holding back the Salem's Lot remake, as it's quite good and not embarrassing or anything. That's not exactly a glowing recommendation, is it? Not embarrassing. Quite good. Anyway, there's Mr. Barlow from the original Salem's Lot from 1979, which we've done on Friday Night Appointment with Fear way back when. Oh, pardon me. Anywho. Have a drinky. Hey dear. I'll try and stay awake for this stream. Right, Stephen King recently took to X, formerly Twitter, we know, to question why Warner Brothers is holding back its new film adaptation of Salem's Lot, based on King's 1975 horror novel about a writer who returns to his hometown in Maine and discovers its residents are becoming vampires. The movie went into development back in 2019 and shot in Massachusetts in 2021. A theatrical release was once planned for September 2022, but the movie has yet to see the light of day come 2024. Between you and me, Twitter, I've seen the new Salem's Lot, and it's quite good. King wrote to his 7.1 million X followers, old school horror filmmaking, slow build, big payoff, not sure why Warner Brothers is holding it back. It's not like it's embarrassing or anything, who knows? I just write the effing things. King wrote on X last year that Warner Brothers Salem's Lot remake was currently shelved, and he called the movie muscular and involving. It has the feel of old Hollywood when a film was given a chance to draw a breath before getting to business, he added at the time, when attention spans were longer, in other words. Variety reported last year that Warner Brothers was eyeing a release pivot, opting to put the movie directly on streaming service Max instead of in movie theatres. The remake is directed by Gary Dauberman, never heard of, who has a close relationship to Warner Brothers as the writer of the studio's It movies, was it? All right. As well as several Annabelle films. All right. You know what? I prefer the Annabelle films to the Conjuring films. I'm not a huge fan of the Conjuring films. Anyway, he directed 2019's Annabelle Comes Home. Oh, there we go. So I have heard of him. A source with knowledge of the situation told Variety at the time that putting Salem's Lot on Max was not a reflection of the film's quality, but simply due to the fact that the SAG-AFTRA Film Actors Guild strike created a growing need for Max content. A Warner Brothers spokesperson added at the time, no decision has been made about the film's future distribution plans. Sources now told Variety that a decision still has not been made regarding the release. Unbelievable. Starring Top Gun Maverick's Lewis Pullman, the remake's cast also includes Mackenzie Lee, Bill Camp, Pilu Asbaik, apologies, Alfred Woodard, yay, and William Sadler, yay. Doberman also wrote the screenplay. Do you reckon William Sadler's going to be Mr. Barlow? Or he could be the other one, Straker, couldn't he? I wonder who's going to be Mr. Barlow in it. Don't know. Doberman also wrote the screenplay. James Wan is a producer on the film via his Atomic Monster, his production company. Previous adaptations of Salem's Lot include a 2-part CBS miniseries in 1979, which is amazing, and is one of the best vampire horror films ever made. Even though it's a 2-part TV miniseries, it's still better than most regular films. And the TNT limited series in 2004 starring Rob Lowe, which I've got to admit, I don't think I've seen it. I know of it, but I don't think I've seen it. I've heard it's not good. Oh, there we go. And there's Stephen King's X post, tweet, whatever you want to call it. There we go. So, yeah, I wonder what they're doing with it then. Just get it released. If it's done, get it out there. Unless they're waiting for Halloween, do you think? I don't know. Just get it out there. I want to see it now. I want to see it. Now, this instant. Do it. I'm telling you, I'm ordering you, Mr. Zaslav. Get it out there. Get it on Max. If you're just going to sit on it, just do something with it. It's not making you money, is it, if it's sitting on the shelf, gathering dust? Get it out there so it can earn you some moolah, either through, cinema tickets or new subscriptions, whatever. Right, let's move on. Don't know how the Top Gear theme, what's it called? Jessica, something like that, isn't it? Don't know how that went through my head. I do know why, because I watched the Grand Tour last night. The Sand Job, which were a lot of fun. Anyway, right, what's next? It's from the nerdist Ratem Ruzak. Peacock and Paramount Plus are considering a streaming merger. Get ready for Mount Cock, or is that Parapee? Whatever the appropriate portmanteau, there's more streaming is becoming cable news for us to read with a sigh today. According to the Wall Street Journal, Paramount Global and Comcast have discussed merging streamers. Don't merge the streams. Paramount Plus and Peacock. Honestly, it feels like there's some sense to be had here because people are often confusing the two P-titled streamers. Talking about P-streaming. Oh dear. But name recognition is probably not why these discussions are on the table. As the number of new subscribers available starts to wane, streamers are searching for new ways to make money. As the Wall Street Journal shares of this possible union between Peacock and Paramount Plus, bringing the two streaming apps under one roof could produce significant cost savings from spending on programming to marketing and create a more in-depth offering for consumers, especially with regard to live sports. A commercial partnership or joint venture are among the arrangements the companies could pursue. Companies always name-check consumer benefits when it comes to changes in streaming. But right now, whether consumers benefit even a little from streaming shenanigans seems like an unclear prospect. Still, merging feels somewhat better than more ads or price increases. Are you listening, Amazon and Disney? and Netflix. But although it feels ridiculous as a concept, steps like a potential merger between Paramount Plus and Peacock constantly take the industry one step back toward cable. Is that good? Is that bad? It's hard to say. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. Cable felt stable, and it rhymes. If expensive, now everything just feels wild. Peacock. I'm presuming that's the Ted series, which I've not seen. It's unclear whether this merge between Paramount Plus and Peacock will actually happen. Paramount Plus has also reportedly spoken to Max and Apple TV Plus about a potential unification. I thought Skydance or something were going to, buy him as well. Or is that a different thing? We guess we'll have to wait and see how this shakes out. However, it feels like the future is already written on the card or in the cards. The question is more just who eventually will control all streaming channels. Hopefully someone with only consumer benefits in mind. Or not. It's money. Nothing to do with consumer benefits. They're just thinking about money. And how they can maximise their profits. That's what it's all about. That's the bottom line. Anyway. But we'll see. We don't get Peacock over here. We get Paramount Plus. That's available. But I don't think Peacock's available over here. I don't know. I'm trying to think where. Is it available through Amazon? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they've done a deal with Amazon or something for international distribution of their stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, so that's interesting. And there's Star Trek stuff. Oh, look, somebody stuck Kirk in there. Because I don't think he were in originally, were he? In the original poster that they brought out, showing all the Star Trek captains. Even though Mariner's not a captain, but never mind. They left Kirk out, didn't they? And that's the American Office, which I've never seen. Never seen the American Office. I've heard it's good at the start, but I've not seen it. It's in the British one, obviously. Right, let's move on. Sticking with Star Trek, even though that last one wasn't about Star Trek, it was Star Trek adjacent. Here we go. From the Collider, Rob London. Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 resumes filming with new set image. Everyone is excited to get back to set, even Princess Runa. And there's Pike on the bridge of the Enterprise in his combat away, whatever it is. Star Trek Strange New World is finally ready to begin its latest voyage. The third season of Paramount Plus' sci-fi hit is now filming in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The news comes from the Instagram account of Runa Ewok, the adorable dog of Strange New Worlds star Christina Chong. Chong, who plays the USS Enterprise security chief La'an Noonien Singh in the series, posted a picture of Runa in the Enterprise's Ready Room set, indicating that filming is now underway. Just says Peacock is okay, not great. Like I said, don't get it over here. I don't think it's available. Much that Max, HBO, whatever, is not available here. Because I think they did a deal with Sky. We've now got a channel over here called Sky Max. And I think that's where they show all the stuff from HBO, Game of Thrones and all that stuff. Anyway, where were we? Collider previously had the exclusive news that Strange New Worlds had set a post-strike production window from December 2023 to June 2024. Given the series' extensive special effects and post-production time, it is unlikely that the series, which chronicles the adventures of Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, and the Enterprise, before the events of Star Trek the original series, will return this year. Star Trek fans do have the upcoming fifth and final season of Star Trek Discovery to look forward to. Strange New Worlds was spun off from that series after a well-received guest stint by Mount and fellow Enterprise crew members Spock, Ethan Peck, and Una Chin Riley, Rebecca Romaine. In its second season, Discovery will take its final bow starting April 4th, with Strange New Worlds likely to air in 2025. And here's the set image from Runa Ewok there. A dog on a seat. Is this Pike's quarters or the ready room, or I don't know. Oh, yes, it says there, in the ready room, ready for the day. Did we see this dog? I forgot what they call her now. Runa Ewok. Did we see her in that episode where they were in like a fairy tale thing, where La'an was like a princess and looked really tasty? I think she was in that, wasn't she? Wolf, Wolf, yes. Season 2 of Strange New Worlds resolved Season 1's shocking ending when Una was arrested by the Federation for concealing her genetic enhancements. Pike won a court battle to have her freed and reinstated. Over the course of the season, the show travelled back in time to 21st century Toronto, crossed over with the animated Star Trek Lower Decks, and featured the franchise's first ever musical episode, which I enjoyed. The season ended with a cataclysmic cliffhanger. The Enterprise is under attack from the hostile reptilian Gorn aliens, and Pike's fellow captain and lover Marie Battelle has been implanted with a Gorn embryo, spelling her doom. It harkened back to the legendary cliffhanger of Star Trek The Next Generation season ending The Best of Both Worlds. Not really. At least at the end of that, Riker made a decision, didn't he? It ended with fire. Not this one. And unfortunately, fans will have a lot longer than a few months to learn the fate of all involved. Runa has appeared in the series herself. Oh, there we go. She was featured as the pet of Princess Thalia, also Chong, in the Elysian Kingdom, a first season episode in which the Enterprise's crew is transformed into storybook characters by a mysterious space entity. Star Trek has a long tradition of on-screen animal appearances, from Data's cat Spot from The Next Generation to Captain Archer's beagle Porthos. Is it Porthos or Porthos? Porthos, isn't it? Was a regular on Enterprise. The third season of Star Trek, I bet it stinks. I mean, does he just let it go for a dump? I hope he's got plenty of doggy bags and stuff. Anyway, the third season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is now filming, but has not yet set a release date. Stay tuned to Collider for future updates, and watch Collider's interview with Chong and castmates Celia Rose Gooding and Melissa Navier below. There it is. Keep up, blah, 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 blah. There we go. She's a singist, didn't she, is Christina Chong. She had a song out, didn't she, for Christmas, something like F You at Christmas or something like that, wasn't it? Oh, dear. She's a good singer. She's a good singer. So there we go. So it'll be next year, won't it? I bet it's next April. I bet it comes out next April. I bet it does. I bet April's going to be the date. Like May and December is the Star Wars months, aren't they? I bet April's going to become the Star Trek month because of its association with First Contact and all that. That was in April, wasn't it? I think. Anyway, let's move on. I'll just have a drink. See if anybody chips in with a comment before we move on. Oh dear. I love water. Some people say, I don't like water, it's tasteless. It's bloody supposed to be. It's refreshing, though. I like water. It's amazing stuff. Right. Sticking with Star Trek. This one's from Giant Freaking Robot. Hang on, I didn't press full screen. There we go. Ooh, Giant Freaking Robot. Chris Snellgrove. Star Trek Picard proves Paramount doesn't know its fans. I think we've all guessed that. There he is. Piece of glass. Oh, God. Part of what made the third season of Star Trek Picard such a success, it wasn't Picard, Patrick Stewart, to be honest, was that it brought back so many of our favourite characters, ranging from the Next Generation bridge crew to one-off characters like Commander Shelby from The Best of Both Worlds. Oh, pardon me. The most surprising returning character was Ro Laren, and her cameo allowed her to effectively complete a story arc with Picard. That began decades ago. Showrunner Terry Matalas had to fight Paramount to bring this fan-favourite character back. I think he wanted to bring back Harry Kim as well, didn't he? And that leaves us with one undeniable conclusion. For all their focus on all things Star Trek, Paramount still doesn't really know its fans. And there's Michelle Forbes as Ro Laren, and with I think just make them out there. Why did they smooth the ridges? Anyway, I think you can hardly see him, can you? We reached this conclusion because the network didn't fret about bringing Rose to Picard for any reasons related to her character or the overall story of the third season. Instead, they bizarrely worried that fans of the franchise somehow wouldn't recognise a beloved character that made no less than 8 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Let's face it, this is a fandom that specialises in memorising and celebrating the most minuscule of trivia. So the idea that fans wouldn't recognise someone as iconic as Rose is downright insane. We all know, Ensign Sonia Gomez. She only appeared once. But she made an impression. Anyway, there's Icheb. I can never remember how you pronounce it. Except it's not him, it's a facsimile. Compounding matters is the fact that Paramount had no worries about fans recognising other arguably more obscure characters that appeared in earlier seasons of Picard. For example, the first season infamously gave us the brutal death of Icheb. A supporting character on Voyager, he appeared in more episodes of that show than Rose did on TNG, but we think her status as a recurring bridge officer on the most watched Star Trek series certainly makes her more recognisable than him. Plus Michelle Forbes has been in more stuff since then, she's more a known actress. She was in Battlestar Galactica, wasn't she, as Admiral Thingamabob. The Lloyd Bridges character. I forgot his bloody name now. Admiral that one. Admiral Kane. In Battlestar Galactica. Oh, and here's Hugh, speaking of obscure characters. But we all remembered Hugh as well, didn't we? Another surprising Picard cameo in Season 1 was Hugh, a former member of the Borg who had been freed from the Collective. Star Trek fans were happy to see the character, of course, who previously appeared in 2 episodes of The Next Generation. And then they murdered him, much like they did with Icheb, whatever. If Paramount was worried, the 2 episodes, by the way, were Iborg and Descent. Parts 1 and 2. If Paramount was worried about casual viewers not knowing who Rose was, the blunt truth is that someone flipping the channels and catching the occasional TNG episode would have been much likelier, 8 times likelier in fact, to see an episode with her than the 2 episodes with Hugh. I do choose to forget his death. I never forgot his Hugh. And that, yes. Both Hugh and Icheb, whatever, are not dead. It's in another timeline. The first 2 seasons of Picard don't exist. The holodeck facsimiles. Anyway. In addition to how easily recognisable Rose Laren herself is, it's downright bizarre that Paramount thought Star Trek fans wouldn't recognise her actor, Michelle Forbes. In addition to portraying Rose, Forbes memorably appeared alongside Kurt Russell in Escape from Las Vegas as Lieutenant Brazen. Escape from Las Vegas, is that a thing? I've heard of Escape from LA and Escape from New York. Is Escape from Las Vegas a thing? I don't know. Have they got that wrong? Don't know. Because I've not. I don't know if I don't think I've seen Escape from LA all the way through. I've seen bits of it. So was she in Escape from LA? But anyway, Wingress says. But I also say that when Q brought them back, it's a fixed universe. Didn't fix bloody Picard being a robot though, did it? No, it's not. Right. So it's LA. They're supposed to be on about LA, right? And absolutely dazzled in Battlestar Galactica as the evil Admiral Kane. The simple fact is that she is science fiction royalty, and since Star Trek fans are the ultimate sci-fi geeks, sorry Star Wars nerds, there was no chance whatsoever Rose wouldn't be recognised. All right, never mind. Escape from Las Vegas is a short film. All right, from 2017. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Anywho. Fortunately, all's well that ends well. Terry Matalas convinced Paramount to bring Ro back, and we got an epic and very tragic conclusion to her character's story. However, we'll likely never get a similarly fulfilling answer to the question of why Paramount thought fans wouldn't recognise her in the first place. Sadly, the likeliest answer is that Paramount, a network that can't figure out if Star Trek is a drama, comedy, adventure, or even a musical, it's everything, it's whatever you want it to be, has completely lost touch with what its fans really want. Oh, there we go. So that's Chris, whatever his bloody called, opinion. Snellgrove. That's Chris Snellgrove's opinion. But yes, yeah, Paramount executives, they've no idea, have they? They've no idea. Particularly Alex Kurtzman. He has no idea whatsoever what Star Trek fans want. But Jake Bass plays Snake. Is LV... So it's wrong either way. Oh, right. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it. I'll have to look up. Is it on YouTube, perchance? I'll have a look. I forgot what I was saying now. But yeah, Alex Kurtzman. He has no idea what Star Trek fans want. He just knows what he wants. And he wants Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Nobody wants. And he wants Star Trek Section 31, which nobody wants. But yet he doesn't want Star Trek Legacy, which everybody wants, it seems. Or a lot of people want. I don't see any online petitions for Section 31 to be made or Star Trek Starfleet Academy to be made. But a very successful online petition for Star Trek Legacy to be made with Terry Matalas in charge of it. Get rid of bloody Alex Kurtzman and the bad robot and secret hideout people. Merge with Peacock and get some, sweep out the dead wood and stuff and get some new people in that know Star Trek, or get some old people in that know Star Trek, and give what the Star Trek fans want. Never mind trying to go for a new audience. Cater to the traditional Star Trek audience, the fans, the ones that go to the conventions, the ones that buy the DVDs and Blu-rays, the ones that buy the toys and stuff. Not that there are many these days. That's what you're going to become selling your stuff to, catering to. That's what I'm trying to think of. That's what you want to be catering to. Not a modern audience. If they merge with Peacock, we'll have split film and TV rights again. It hasn't made any difference, though, has it? To be honest, unless they're smart to turn Star Trek into a contained unit first. I don't know. But because they're making a bugger of it anyway. Like I said, the film and TV rights have merged, haven't they, now? So they're together. Have they made any films? Have they, chuff? They can't get the fingers out of their asses, can they? Or the thumbs, or whatever. Whatever the phrase is. Finger. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, just get on with it. More Star Trek. This is again from Giant Freaking Robot. Henry Hards. That's a superhero name, isn't it? Hang on, I forgot to full screen it. Hang on. See all my tabs. Right. The Star Trek Worf movie Michael Dorn wrote and once made. Star Trek Son of Moog. No, but there he is in Picard. Season 3 on the bridge of the Enterprise D. Which still had all its scuff marks on, didn't it? The front of the saucer section still had all the scuff marks and stuff from its crash landing on Veridian 3. Vostoja Veridian. I've got to say that every time. Right, appearing as a regular on both Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Worf has been in more episodes of Star Trek than any other character in the franchise. And the man who played him, Michael Dorn, has always wanted more. He has pitched a number of Worf-centric project ideas to Paramount over the years. One of his most interesting concepts was to make a low-budget Star Trek Worf movie. Dorn first began pitching the idea for the script he was writing back in 2012. His notion was that there might be a place for it in direct-to-DVD or as a one-shot on cable. Back then, streaming was just getting started, but if he were to pitch it now, it would probably be as a limited miniseries or movie on Paramount Plus. Should do a film where Kern his memories come back. He remembers who he is. Because remember, they bundled him off with another family, didn't he? Because he couldn't handle Worf's discommendation and all whatever the going on, and wanted to die, didn't he? So they erased his memories and bundled him off with another family. But should do a thing where his memories come back, and so he and Worf end up going on an adventure to do something, and get their honour back, even though they have got their honour back and all that, but end up with Kern being the Chancellor of the Klingon Empire and stuff like that. That's what they should do. Or kill him, one or the other. Bashir doing questionable things again. Yep. Anyway, he wrote the script for it himself, which might sound like ego, but Michael Dorn is actually an experienced screenwriter with other projects already under his belt. Here's how he described what Worf would be doing in Star Trek Worf. He is captain of a ship. I can't do his voice. He's captain of a ship, a Federation ship. He's out there in the front lines. Basically chasing terrorists. We don't get many terrorists on the front lines. Don't bode well for your writing, Michael. It's noteworthy that he would be the captain of a Federation ship in this movie. The other idea Michael Dorn has pitched, and perhaps the one that usually has fans most excited, involves a TV series where Worf commands a Klingon ship and a Klingon crew. His idea for this movie is something smaller, edgier, and darker than normal Trek fare. I'd like to see him. It'd be good in like a bird of prey, going round in a bird of prey, doing stuff like I forgot his bloody name now. Ducat did. Remember when Gul Ducat and the other one, I forgot his bloody name as well. The one played by Casey Biggs, I forgot his bloody name. They had a Klingon bird of prey, and they used to go around causing bother, didn't they, on Deep Space Nine? But we never saw it. We just heard about it before Ducat became a baddie again. When he was briefly a goodie, they could do something like that, couldn't they? Damar, that's the fella, yes. Gul Damar. I asked him about this at a con a couple of years back. He seemed pretty depressed about it. Granted, it was prior to Picard. So I once asked Trip. I forgot the name of the actor. Him who plays Trip. Me and my bloody memory. I once asked him at a convention about, are we ever going to get a season 5 of Enterprise? This was like 10 years after it went off the air. And he went, I don't think so. Anyway. Where were we? We haven't done yet. As any good science fiction should be, he was convinced he could make it relevant to modern times. Michael explained to Trek Movie, I think we will have some of our Star Trek people in it, but mostly new characters. It will be interwoven into the fabric of Star Trek and also what we're going through right now. This wasn't just a pipe dream, son, them. These overboards. Oh dear. Connor Trinier, yes, thanks for the nudge. This wasn't just a pipe dream. He met with former Trek producer Rick Berman to run the idea by him. Then he met with a sci-fi network to pitch it to them as a TV movie. Recently, Michael Dorn returned as Worf in Star Trek Picard Season 3. Fan reaction was through the roof, and most seem to agree that despite his age, he hasn't lost a step. He looks amazing. There's that saying, though, isn't there? There's that saying. Perhaps not so coincidentally, the plot Worf found himself involved in for that series wasn't all that dissimilar from the one Dorn pitched for his Star Trek Worf movie. Picard had Worf working as an intelligence operative tracking down terrorists. It's not too late for Star Trek Worf. If fans want it, they'll have to let Paramount know. Paramount won't pay any attention. We don't see legacy looming on the horizon, do we? No, we don't. Stopped watching a stream that was saying Berman ruined Trek and Kurtzman saved it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I bet they were all young'uns, weren't they? Bet they were. Bet they were all ones that weren't really fans, whose first Star Trek was the J.J. Abrams films. And, and then, watched other Trek, early, proper Trek after that. Bet it was. That is a ridiculous statement. That is a ridiculous statement, isn't it? Not from you, from them. Right, let's move on. But anyway, yeah, cool. I'd watch a Worf film. Worf film, not war film. Worf film or series. Like I say, get him in a Bird of Prey. A new one, a new design for a Bird of Prey for the 25th century or whatever. And, have him going round, doing like commando stuff, going from world to world and solving people's problems in a Klingon way, which usually means killing people, chopping people's heads off, stuff like that, etc. Bringing dishonoured Klingons to justice. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be a good one. It'd be like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but Worf but not a bounty hunter. But still a bounty hunter, sort of. Honestly, Worf is probably the one character you could throw makeup on and still set it immediately after DS9 if you wanted. Yes, you could, yes. Because, like I said, there's the saying, isn't there? And it is true that, a certain ethnic group of people don't age. They don't seem to. But yes, you could. Could set it after DS9. Or during. Or whatever. It's a day at any time. Because he still looks, only looks old because they give him, white hair. It just looks just more or less just the same, doesn't it? Doesn't he? Bless him. And he's still in shape. So throw some money at him and let him do something. Don't have to be a lot. Let him do a sizzle reel or whatever. But anyway. It'd be fun. Let him do it. Right, what's next? The last story, and then we've got a trailer to watch. Right. Dune. How do you pronounce it? Dune. Dune Prophecy has a rumoured release date. By the way, I finally got my hands on the 1984 Dune Spice Diver edit. Finally got my hands on that. We haven't watched it yet, so I'm looking forward to watching that because I love Dune 84. But I've heard that the Spice Diver edit is supposed to be the best version of it. It's a fan edit, Anyway, he even got an official release, didn't it, with the German 4K Blu-ray or something like that. I'm sure that they included the Spice Diver edit in with that, so kind of a semi-official release. But that's not how I got it. Anyway, Dune. It's from Tech Advisor, Veronica de Oliveira. Apologies. Dune Prophecy has a rumoured release date. Dune is undoubtedly one of the most successful blockbusters of the past few years and an acclaimed sci-fi adaptation. Pardon me, burping. The second instalment of Denis Villeneuve's film will soon be released. If you want to learn more about it, blah, 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 blah. It's currently unknown whether there will be a third film about the fate of Paul Atreides and his family, although there's rumours he's going to do Dune Messiah. Whether not next or when but eventually. Still, Warner Brothers has no plans to leave the Dune universe anytime soon. A prequel series to Villeneuve's films is currently in production. Originally, the show was rumoured to be called Dune the Sisterhood. However, in November 2023, it was renamed Dune Prophecy. A better title. We gathered all the information about this new science fiction series, which will take viewers deeper into the world of Frank Herbert's novels. Right, Dune Prophecy potential release date. The exact release date of the series is yet to be announced, but Prophecy is rumoured to debut on Max in the fall of 2024, so this year. Production began in Hungary, though the team were working with only non-union members due to the Hollywood strikes. These have since been resolved. I can never remember the name. She was in Zardoz. This is from, Denis Villeneuve's Dune. With Timothy Chalamet as Paul Atreides. She's the Reverend Mother of the Bene Gesserit. No, it's gone. Anyway, Frank Herbert wrote 6 novels in the Dune universe. Duniverse? I bet somebody said that somewhere. Depicting the fate of Paul Atreides, his descendants, and the planet Arrakis. When the writer passed away, his work was developed by his son Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. They created a series of novels and short stories that are both prequels and sequels to the main series about Paul. Dune Prophecy is based on the book Sisterhood of Dune, which the writing duo published in 2012. It tells the origin story of one of the most important political forces in the Duniverse, the Bene Gesserit Order. According to information released about the prequel, the HBO series will cover the rise of this ancient organisation with a complicated agenda. Dune Prophecy will be set 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides. The main characters will be sisters Valia and Tula Harkonnen, or Harkonnen, however you want to pronounce it, who, to protect the future of humankind, establish a secret woman-only sect. The first Dune movie featured 2 members of the Bene Gesserit, Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohaim, who discovered that Paul was the Kwisatz Haderach, a powerful messiah, and Paul's mother, Lady Jessica. Dune Part 2 will feature another member of the Order, Lady Margot Fenring, who has close ties to the sinister Emperor Shaddam IV. There's also another one, there's another member of the Sisterhood, isn't there, I think? Don't the Fremen have a Reverend Mother with them? But I can't remember her name. But Lady Jessica, I think she dies, and Lady Jessica takes over for her or something. I'm sure that happens. I could be wrong. Dune Prophecy will introduce many more members of the Bene Gesserit and will probably explain in detail the premise of their plans. Their main goal was to breed Kwisatz Haderach, a powerful being able to bridge space and time, the Messiah of the universe. I have no idea who that is. Looks familiar from the side. Don't know. According to initial reports, Shirley Henderson and Indira Varma were to play the main roles, but both actresses eventually left the production. Currently, the cast of Dune Prophecy features Emily Watson as Valia Harkonnen, Olivia Williams as Tula Harkonnen, Mark Strong as Emperor Javico Carino, I'm probably mispronouncing that, Jodie May as Empress Natalia, Emperor's consort, Sarah Sophie Bossina, no, it's not there, never mind, as Princess Inez Carino, Emperor's daughter and heir, Josh Houston as Constantine Carino, Emperor's bastard son, so Constantine Snow, Shalom Brune Franklin as Michaela, a Fremen woman. That's an Irish name, isn't it? So that could be pronounced anyway, couldn't it? It's probably pronounced something like, Gladys or something. That's Sister Jen. Same with that one. Is that Ophi, Afi? I don't know. Sister Emily. Irish names. I don't know. Chloe Lee as Sister Lila. Jade Anuka as Sister Theodosia. Travis Fimmel as Desmond Hart. The charismatic warrior. With a name like Desmond Hart. Chris Mason as Kieran Atreides, the Swordmaster and Paul's ancestor, and Edward Davis as Harrow Harkonnen. That's her from the James Bond films, isn't it? Is she in the films? I can't remember. The new one's a Denis Villeneuve. It looks like her from the side. She were in the new James Bond film. She was in Spectre and she was in No Time to Die as Elizabeth. No, is it Elizabeth? Elizabeth Swann. Who falls in love with James Bond and has his kid? It looks like her, and I forgot her real name. Don't know. I think she's French. Anyway. Oh, hang on. Press the wrong buttons. Where are we? Sorry. Press the wrong buttons. My mouse pointer wondered. Anyway, so there we go. Oh, Dune. The Dune prequel will arrive on Max, HBO streaming platform. Most productions from here are typically syndicated on Sky and Now, but this is not confirmed yet. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. So there you go. Oh, the call there now. I'm going to have to look it up. Hang on, just bear with me. Spectre. 2015 film. Leah Seydoux. Yes. Looks like her to me. Let's check her IMDb. Is she in Dune? I'm sure it's her. Yes, she's in Dune Part 2, Lady Margot Fenring. Oh, right, there we go. So, where's that then? Oh, my Dune Part 2 features another member of the Order, Lady Margot Fenring. So that's played by Leah Seydoux. Thought I recognised her. Right, so there we go. So I hope that's good, because I like Dune stuff. I've read the first book, I've not read the others. Read the first one. I've got Dune, the first one, which is the big thick one, and I've got Dune, Messiah and Children of Dune, but I never got round to reading them. I've had them for donkey's years. I read it when I was a kid. Dune, well, about 15 or something like that. Never got round to reading the others. Anyway, still not got round to reading this bugger. Last Starfighter novelisation. I will eventually. He says. He says, you know what, I can't remember the last time I read a book. It's been a few years since I sat down and read a book. It has. Anyway, and here I am trying to sell them. Trying to bloody sell the things. Oh dear, never mind. Right. There we go. Wingris says, I might give these Dune things a try sometime. The books or the films. Oh, there's the series as well, the Sci-Fi Channel series, which I've not seen, and I've heard are quite good. Anyway, right, we're going to watch a trailer now. It's the Borderlands trailer. It dropped today. There was a pre-trailer trailer yesterday, but now the first full trailer, official trailer, has dropped. It's not a reaction. I've seen it. I did quite enjoy it. I've not played the games. I've played a bit of the first one, the first Borderlands game, and fine, but I didn't get very far or whatever. I didn't play it for long. I may have to give it another go sometime. But this is the film. I don't know a huge amount about it. I don't know the character names and stuff like that. But apart from Claptrap, everybody knows Claptrap because he's a robot. Anyway. Let's have a look at this trailer. So off we go. I'll have to mute myself, by the way, because there might be an echo. Right, so here we go. There it is. I'll just mute myself and then we'll play it. There's some music in it. There's an ELO song in it. Gimme, oh, look, that one. But I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But I don't think they'll stop the stream. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right, so off we go. Right, I'm going to mute myself and then press play.
Would you look at that? A ladder! Unfortunately, my design doesn't facilitate this type of...
Well, destiny awaits.
Legend has it that there's this massive treasure hidden in some secret vault. And if you go hunting for it, you'd better take any help you can get. Because it's on the weirdest, most dangerous dumpster fire of a world in the universe. God, I hate this planet.
What is that smell?
Piss wash gullet.
Ew!
Put the window up.
I don't want to! Roll the window up!
Roll it up! It's Pete. It's Pete. Why do you think it's called piss wash? How did I get the name?
It's in my mouth!
Do you know how many people have died looking for this vault?
We have something they don't, baby girl.
Okay. What?
Major issues. Time to make it rain! With your body parts!
What did I tell you?
Minimal explosions!
I said no explosions.
Step aside, bitches!
Ooh, mine's bigger.
Window. I needed a gun. So you asked for it.
There's only one of you in the world, and you're special.
Kill them all. What's happening right now?
I'm expelling the excess lead. I can't go if you're looking at me. Ooh, actually, scrap that. I can. I really can. Actually, it's helping.
Are we really waiting for this to finish?
Keep looking at me.
There we go. Hang on. I'll put it back on. There we go. Go back. Let's go back again. Shush. Stop playing. Stop playing. There we go. Right, we'll go through it now. But yes, the song, you know, bit of ELO, cool song. It's got very Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, hasn't it? And also the trailer, the titles and stuff, very Suicide Squad vibes, hasn't it? It's a mishmash of everything in it. But it looks fun to me. It looks fun. I hope it is. And speaking of people that don't age, like we were talking about Worf earlier, well, Michael Dorn, Kate Blanchett, she's not getting any older, is she? She's gorgeous. She's amazing. How old is she? How old is Kate Blanchett? She can't be, she's not a young'un anymore, is she? Hey, Kate Blanchett, Australian-American actress. She is 54. Oh, right. Younger than me. I thought she was older than that. But maybe she wants a husband. I don't know. But anyway, yes, Mad Max meets Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's it, with a bit of Suicide Squad thrown in and all that stuff. It looks a lot of fun. Looks a lot of fun. We also saw Jamie Lee Curtis in there, who looks just like my sister. My sister doesn't look like Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis looks like my sister. I'm just thought I'd throw that in. Right, so let's go through this and have a talk. That's Claptrap. Don't ask me the other names of the characters. Let's have a look. Borderlands cast. Hey, right, so that tells us. Right, off we go. So Claptrap is voiced by Jack Black. Hang on, where are we? Who directed this? I'm just going to find out. It'll say at the end, won't it? But we'll get there. There he goes, gets kicked down there by... right, that's... I've forgotten already. Kevin Hart plays Roland. Kate Blanchett, there she is. The lovely Kate Blanchett plays Lilith. That's Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina. Who else have we got? Oh, and there's Jamie Lee Curtis as Dr. Patricia Tannis, who just happens to look exactly like my sister. I'm hoping it's legit good and not just a wild attempt to smush things together that have worked for other movies. It could be just that. It could be just that. But as I said, it still looks fun. Right, so we'll go. And it's got space stations and spaceships in, which is cool. But there she is. I'm sure there's loads of Easter eggs as well from the games. Like I said, I played the first one briefly, but didn't get very far. Castella Daniel Garcia says, I love Tales from the Borderlands from Telltale Games. I've not played that. We've only played a small part of the first one. I'm going to have to give it another whirl. Going to have to. Because this film looks cool, I must admit. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm probably building up my expectations a bit too far. You can fight the Gorn in the background. Oh, hang on. Where are we? Where's the Gorn? Let's go back again. Where were the Gorn? I didn't see them. Never mind. Never mind. Right, so then we got some baddies. That looks familiar, doesn't it? It looks like Kylo Ren's spaceship. And Unleash the Borderlands from Eli Roth. Is that what's that? I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. But Eli Roth's a horror director, isn't he? And there's Kate again. Action. That's where they get weed on. The planet has wee. Gets it in the mouth. Cool. Action. Who's this fella? Who's he? Florian Munteanu. Or Munteanu. Don't know. Plays Krieg. It looks like he's the baddie, doesn't he? Looks like he's the baddie. And Bobby Lee as Larry. I don't know if you've seen him yet. I don't know. Oh, no Gorn, just Vasquez Rocks. Oh, well, yes, I did notice them earlier. Behind Kate Blanchett. Yes, I saw them, yeah. Oh, very similar. But it looks it looks amazing, doesn't it? I think it looks awesome. It looks awesome to me. Especially Kate Blanchett. Oh, dear. And Jamie Lee Curtis. That's Ariana Greenblatt. That's Thingamabob. Let's go back again. Oh, there's Jamie Lee Curtis stealing a gun. I needed a gun. It's my sister. It's our Julie. Where is it? Where's it gone? Here we go. Gandalf's there with his fireworks. I feel a little better with Eli instead of just some guy. Oh, is it Eli Roth made the Borderlands film? Did he? Oh, right. Cool. Jack Black as Claptrap. Yes, he is. Yes, I've said that. And Gandalf's here with his fireworks. Jumping. A monster that they kill quite easily by the looks of it. I bet that lasts about a 10-second part of the film, probably. This were a bit rubbish, wasn't it? This with Claptrap essentially pooing himself, and he can't help it. Mildly amusing, but it did go on a bit long, and it did kind of remind me of BB-8 in The Last Jedi, firing all the coins at the baddies. Did kind of remind me of that. Who's this fella? Who's this? I don't know. I've seen him in the games. Show more. I don't know the character name, and it's not showing. It's not showing the who they're playing in this list. It just shows the actual actors, not who they're playing. So I don't know. Crom, perchance, probably. Is that Crom? Could be. Played by Olivier Richters. He looks a big fella. But I could be wrong. I have no idea. Right. So where were we? Pete's sake. We also saw Moxie as well, didn't we? Moxie's famous because she's got boobs. I can't remember where it was in the trailer. She flashed on and off really quickly. It's played by Gina Gershon, anyway. It was a blink and you'll miss her bit. I think it was sometime around here, I think. Where is it? Have they got some sort of transporter technology? It looked like it then, didn't it? Come on, Moxie, where are you? Because Aidan will tell. Aidan likes these games, by the way. So Mad Moxie's in it. She's like a madame sort of thing, a bar owner. But with a hefty cleavage in the games, anyway. No, it's not showing it. I don't know where it was. I think it's after this bit, maybe. Go on, where are you? That's it. Told you, blink and you'll miss it. Blink and you'll bloody miss it. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. There she is. There's Moxie. Oh, it says there, Moxie's. It's like a bar owner. I think it's like a base as well, where you can, your team can, get new missions and stuff. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I've not played the game. Anyway, so there we go. Looks fun. When does it come out? Does it say? Does it say coming soon? Oh, yes, directed by Eli Roth. Screenplay by Eli Roth and Joe Crombie. That name rings a bell. But I can't think where from. And screen story by Eli Roth. Oh, there we go. Cool. So it's an Eli Roth. He's got his fingers into every part of it, hasn't it? And it looks fun. Joe Crombie, where have I seen him before? Because that name rings a bell. Joe Crombie. Film writer. What's he done? Probably nothing that I've seen. I bet. Yep. That's it. Known for Borderlands. That's it. So I've probably not seen. No, I'm probably thinking of Joe Abercrombie. I bet I am. Oh, hang on. Joe Abercrombie's replaced. Ah, right. Oh, right. Hang on. That's confusing. Borderlands movie. Craig Mazin says he's not a credited writer, and reports of pseudonym credit are false. I'm saying that pseudonym is Joe Crombie. Oh, right. So I don't know. I've no idea. I'm talking out of my bum as usual. Peter Crombie. I don't know. He did Star Trek and Seven. Seven. Anyway, that looks fun. So there we go. Oh, I forgot to remove it. There we go. So there we go. That's it. We're done for tonight. So we'll leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace and Josh Temple and Castellar Daniel Garcia. Love saying your name. We'll leave it there. What's coming up? What day is it? Wednesday. So Friday. A Friday night appointment with Thea. That's coming up. And this week we're doing, can you see the reflections? We're doing Virus, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and forget William Baldwin and Donald Sutherland. It's a lot of fun. So we're doing that this Friday. And next Monday, got a news thing on Sunday again, obviously. But next Monday, for Magnificent Mondays, we're doing Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the first of the Tomb Raider films, starring Angelina Jolie. Also got Daniel Craig in it. All-star cast. Got Richard Johnson, who we saw recently in The Haunting, and Ian Glenn, and Leslie Phillips. Oh, many, many more. Chris Barry, he's in it as well. Also John Crombie, who did Earth Final Conflict. You know, I saw a couple of episodes of that. They were all right, but I never saw a lot of it, Earth Final Conflict. A Gene Roddenberry thing, wasn't it? Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. So I'm all done and dusted. So, thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say there. Where's my thing? It's there.